You like that little counter melody I did over there?
Yeah, I notice more things about that every time you play it.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that little jig. I mean, that's Joaquin playing guitar for me.
I can tell.
Yeah, it sounds like him.
Yeah, it has his like rhythmic thumbprint kind of.
Yeah, he does have a really
fingerprint. Yeah.
Well, two fingers print.
Yeah, it has a character about it. Then I was like, oh, it's Joaquin.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Two Piece in the Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle.
It's up, and I'm Ben.
That's Ben, and we're back here with another chapter roundup. We have 3 chapters on the docket today. Well, I'm going to say this right: 1,114, 1,115, and 1,116.
Yay!
And today's a hot day, so I'm going to give myself a little credit too.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I was working outside. I work outside most days. We thought it was hot a few months ago, like randomly.
Now it's
almost proper summer. And,
it's June.
Yeah, it's June.
It's June.
Happy June.
We be Junin' and goonin'.
Goon responsibly, everybody. Hey.
It's also Pride Month.
It is. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, you know.
To those who celebrate.
And to those who don't,
sorry. I guess.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, you're not more interesting.
It's okay.
Right.
I mean, if just being a hater is your personality, then you're not an interesting person.
Yeah.
But One Piece is full of interesting people.
It's endlessly interesting.
Oh,
especially
man.
these chapters.
Yeah. This is just like, but a giant lore dump that is just continuing to just pour everything out for us.
Oh yeah. Everything is just on this backdrop of Vegapunk spewing stuff.
Yeah.
Just like stuff keeps happening. You're like, okay, he's still talking at every panel, and I just have to like do 3 things at once.
Yeah, these chapters are just like him saying some words and people around the world going, "What?
Yeah,
what?" And then some people are mad.
Yeah. Oh man, some people are real mad.
Real mad.
Some people are freaked out, understandably so.
Yeah.
Some people are stress eating so fast that they might choke.
My boy. Some people don't.
He really
don't
retired
give a shit.
right when he needed to. He's like, that's not my problem anymore, but I'm still stressed.
Yeah. He's been trained to be stressed.
Why his hair turned white so fast?
I know. Marineford really did that to him.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do you think died during Marineford?
Oh, man.
How many just little minions on both sides?
I got to imagine it's hundreds.
You know what? There's bad people on both sides.
I've heard that. A famous
felon said that.
Yeah, a famous felon. Oh shit! We can say that. It's not defamation.
No, it's not. It's a proven legal fact.
Cool. That feels fun. Anyway,
that's great.
One Piece, 114 chapter, The Wings of Icarus. Vegapunk is Icarus in this metaphor. He flew too close to the sun.
Oh man, Oda did it again.
Did what again? Wait,
wrote One Piece.
Yeah, he did.
For the 1,114th time.
Oh yeah,
we have this little.
Imagine doing everything that many times.
Do you want to talk about the cover all together, or?
Yeah, why don't we start with it all together?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
It's Yamato's pilgrimage across Wano still.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 little scenes, 3 little vignettes. First, Kinemon is asking him to return. Which sword is this, actually? Is this...
Go and shrine this sword at Hakumai Senma. Is this, That's not Shusui, right?
It might be Shusui. I think it's Ryuma's old sword that Zoro returned.
That was just Shusui.
Is it Shusui? Okay.
But that scabbard doesn't... I don't think that's Shusui's scabbard. I mean...
Yeah, I wasn't sure. That the scabbard is what threw me off. But I figure it must be. It's not Enma. We know Zoro is carrying Enma. But it's being returned to Enma's shrine. Which maybe I forgot if that's where Ryuma was laid to rest or somewhere in its vicinity or anything.
Ryuma was laid to rest in Thriller bark.
I mean, yeah, but they probably have like a headstone in Wano for him somewhere, right? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, he was a zombie,
right?
Because he got
the body was obviously stolen.
His body was stolen,
but
correct.
they probably still had a grave, an empty grave,
Yeah.
basically somewhere to honor him anyway. I'm not sure.
I hope they get him back.
Yeah, that seems that would be a thing that they do, probably off screen.
Yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, Yamato is going in Yasue's stead, which is pretty cool. I like that. Then the next one, Yamato gets some bento from Hiyori and Otoko, excuse me.
Yeah.
Otoko. Toko. I don't remember. Anyway, there's an accent on her name that I'm not quite sure where it goes, actually.
Right.
But yeah. And then that's pretty simple. It's nice. It's cute.
Yep.
And then
they're on their way.
Getting some medicine and dumplings from Tsuru, Kinemon's wife. And this is, I think, one of the first times I've seen just the height disparity that Yamato has over some standard height people.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but Oda be like drawing people, and Yamato's supposed to be huge, but then it's like you see him standing side by side with Luffy, and they're the same height, and
yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah, to me it's more about like vibe, because Luffy feels like a giant, like metaphorically a lot of times, like his physical stature is like the straw hat changes size too.
Yeah, I hate that. Can I just say
Go ahead.
I really fucking hate the era of the bubble straw hat.
The bubble straw hat is a little weird looking.
I don't like that. It was fine. Like right up until like Marineford, and then it started becoming a bubble, and I'm like, why?
The shape of the dome is I'm not a fan of too much, but like when Oda exaggerates the brim to like obscure his eyes or anything, I do like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because it's not just fun, but it's also just like really freaking heavy
it's
of a sudden,
intimidating.
as if it's a crown that he's wearing suddenly, kind of thing.
Well,
like, I don't know. It feels that way to me. It has all this gravitas.
Just wait till we see Joy Boy and his like fucking giant ass hat.
And then he plays it down in other scenes because it's like a simple straw hat at the end of the day. It's like whatever. Like,
and it still has those 3 Buggy D Clown spikes in it. They make sure to draw that in there once in a while.
They do. It's Buggy D Clown, Jesus Christ.
Buggy D, yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna.
They hit us with the VV Nefertiti D. She's a D.
She's a D.
A D da D dodo. A D da D do. All right, let's get into this.
Yeah. So
14.
14. We once again, all these chapters are against the backdrop of Vegapunk's message to the world, which is still going. There's a lot of reactions across the world. A lot of people shot. We talked about this a bit. One of the most interesting conversation I kind of saw was Doflamingo and Magellan's.
Oh, yeah. I love it when Doflamingo talks.
Oh, yeah, because he knows so much, and he just talks in riddles. It's great.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, that's rich.
Yeah.
What if seawater floods down into Impel Down? Isn't it your job to ensure the safety of the prisoners under your care, Magellan?"
He's like, "Hey, make sure we don't all die." But then he's also like, "We could always flee to higher ground." I'm just like, "Oh,
yeah. Should we move to higher ground?"
Yeah, I'm just like, "What's the highest ground out there?" Dopey?
Interesting. Marie-Joie.
Interesting how that works out.
Yeah. Well,
but then there's also like something later that like maybe it's best if we maybe jump around a little bit, just by going by kind of what we're talking about,
Sky
because
Island's
these
pretty
3
high.
chapters kind of flood together.
They do. Yeah. This is all essentially like the same thing happening.
Because later, I think it's in 1116. A celestial dragon is responding to this message, and she appears to not know about the Void Century at all.
Well, yeah, because they are essentially figureheads.
Right.
It's like, you know, the royal family of Britain, right? Mm-hmm. They're not in charge. They're just
reaping benefits,
reaping benefits and being pretty dumb if you don't want to. If you were raised your whole life with everything flooding to you, silver spoon, and you're gonna be dumb and you don't want to study anything, and that's just But then you have older celestial dragons who do know stuff, like Figureland and
I think it's
who's that other
guy
guy
though?
Huh?
Maybe. I think it might be because he's a holy knight. One of God's knights, excuse me.
Well, yeah.
So he's kind of like there's a caste system even amongst the dragons, perhaps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, But yeah, I would absolutely buy that more elderly and certain families maybe.
I think
who are
Doflamingo
elevated.
definitely knows some shit.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that was because of his family or if he just kind of got some info some other way.
Well, I mean, status and wealth certainly helps.
It does, yeah.
Opens up doors for you.
It do. Maybe he was simply interested and no one else was. Who knows? Yeah, like
well,
he asked the question. They're like, yeah, you can know about
I
this.
mean,
It's fine.
he is a male manipulator.
Yeah,
so
yeah, he is. So
it,
I guess it's
he's
not
a
super
puppet
surprising
guy.
to me that Doflamingo knows. It's a little surprising to me that more Celestials don't, or that Odo took the time to point out that some don't know the context
we
of their
don't really
station.
know a ton, right? We
Yeah.
know Charlos, obviously, and now we know Figureland. And there's the other guy that's older that's like respectful. You remember? He reined in Charlos when he was trying to buy Shirahoshi at the Reverie.
Was that's his father?
I think
Possibly?
maybe you know who I'm talking about.
I think so.
I guess they're not quote unquote all bad, like all billionaires aren't all bad or whatever.
Maybe.
But I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's continue.
Yeah, that's just a little point that I want to make a note of.
Sure.
Dofi always knows more than he lets on.
Right.
And so maybe, I think I tend to just read into what he says a lot. So yeah, Vegapunk then basically he retroactively makes a prediction that's come true to get himself credibility with people.
Yeah, the sinking of Lelouch.
Yeah, and the earthquake. Yeah. That was caused by that. Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so everybody's like, well, this was already recorded. Then yeah, that happened today. So okay, I can probably,
Right.
You're telling the truth, or like you have good credibility.
And
here
then
kind of
people
thing.
are
So,
like,
yeah.
"When's the last time we talked to that kingdom?
Yeah,
please, go check out it now."
Yeah, exactly. The king of the Punch King.
Yeah, Punch King.
I forget what this kingdom he's of.
I don't remember, but
He's the king of-
I did like his character a lot.
He's like he's so good. I'm sorry I don't remember
I'm
his
sorry.
name. Like,
Him and Don Shinjiao.
there are some standout characters in Dressrosa, honestly.
Oh man.
It's also very funny that like this is I remember the era of like the guys with no lower body designs in One Piece.
Oh.
So, like there's just a big old egg.
Yeah,
with
yeah. Is that one of Big Mom's people?
Like there's a lot of characters that are drawn that way.
That's very true.
In this era. It's
And then there's like, I just want to say I really love that Don Shinjiao's head got bent because of like Garp, and now he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you because you're Garp's grandson." And Luffy corrected it
by punching.
So good. It's like the age old joke of you just like do it again and it gets fixed.
That's
right?
such a JoJo thing.
Yeah, that.
Just yeah. Like, every once in a while, I see something like, yeah, Araki would have done that. That's a very like Araki thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
I bring that up because someone I know recently got into JoJo.
Oh, for real? So you're just getting a ton of like JoJo stuff.
Oh yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, like this is very funny. This person never thought they would be into absurdist literature. And then they like started One Piece and JoJo's, and I was like,
Whoa,
"Oh no!"
That's like a 1-2 punch.
It is. I was like, "Yeah."
Sheesh.
I was like, you're gonna see what this stuff has to offer. But I'm sorry in advance.
I hope you don't like dogs.
Oh geez, yeah, they were not happy about that.
Yeah, it keeps happening.
You got to sell how bad of a person Dio is.
I suppose so.
Yeah. But we were talking about One Piece again. Mother Flame.
The Mother Flame
was pretty much what we thought it was. Vegapunk's attempt at unlimited energy.
Yeah.
Noble idea.
Yeah, not the second most recent media dealing with that. The Fallout TV show was also all about
I didn't
that.
watch that actually.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
That's the same exact thing. Is that there's an enclave scientist who figures out how to do unlimited energy, and that's like what kind of is the mysterious item that brings all the characters together.
Okay.
It has ramifications for stuff because obviously once you do that, then yep, can't control people.
It seems to be just like a common thread running throughout a lot of media the last couple of years because we had Oppenheimer last year.
Yeah,
Which
I'll admit I didn't watch Oppenheimer.
okay, fair enough. But like it's what it's about. It's a a dramatization of real life
It,
events.
it, it, it did
like
it did happen.
Yeah. Oppenheimed, and then
Oppenheimer.
I bring it up.
I
Also,
hardly know her. Please continue. I'm sorry.
All right. But yeah, Einstein makes a brief appearance at the end, and it's like the E equals MC squared, which gave birth to the atomic bomb, basically. But like, it's also like the idea that energy is mass, and you can transform things into other things. It's like, we could solve a lot of energy problems with nuclear power, and then someone's like, what if you made a bomb?
Oh, I guess you can.
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna kill me if I don't make it for you.
Yeah, exactly. So,
which is kind of what's happening in One Piece.
Exactly.
Here.
Yeah, he was like, I want to make unlimited energy for the people, so we can stop fighting wars and stuff. And they're like, make a bomb.
That'll stop. That'll make people stop.
Yeah, and he was like, I'd rather not, basically, but part of it was stolen, which he knew. Apparently, he knew that he was aware that a piece of it got stolen.
The Mother Flame?
Yeah, like that York.
Yeah,
stole
which is, and York's like, what the fuck? Like, I specifically said, that I did not upload my consciousness. I didn't do it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Vegapunk knows.
I don't,
because you're Vegapunk,
right? He knew. Well, he knew some things, but he didn't know other things, which is interesting.
Yeah,
because he was surprised by York.
So there's. Now this kind of opens opens a can of, is this a pre-recorded message or is this actually happening? But it's weird because you have Shaka, who got shot in the head
very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a couple hours ago.
And obviously, yeah. We forget because it's been Egghead for the past, almost 2 years?
Nearly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't feel that way.
Comic book time is
real.
real.
My gosh, it does not. It does not feel that way. But so we know that York said that the Denden Mushi is inside of the ancient Iron Giant.
Correct. Yeah, she deduced that. Yeah.
You stay, I go, no follow.
Oh man.
So is it a broadcast that's happening live? Or did he record it after he found out? Because somebody on Reddit also posted a picture of when they first met Vegapunk next to the giant.
Right.
That maybe he shoved the Denden Mushi.
Like he was doing it right then and there?
Right then and there.
Interesting.
Right? So it's like, it's weird. There's conflicting stuff.
There's a weird timeline here that I wish I could have had more time to work out. Well, or I had time. I simply didn't.
I simply was existing as a human being.
Yeah, I had other things on my plate, unfortunately. Right. And then, but yeah, I'm really interested in the timeline of when these things happened and when he learned about things, because York says it doesn't make sense, and I'm inclined to agree with her off the go because I'm just like, yeah, it's strange that he knew these things but not these things. If this is because I was operating on the assumption this is indeed pre-recorded.
Well, yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, this is pre-recorded X days ago, whenever. What did he know then? What did he learn since then? How did he not know it was York? Did he suspect another satellite? Did he maybe, I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah, it is odd. And then I think it also brings into the question of, is he really dead or not?
Well,
because obviously we saw his big brain in the jar.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the biggest...
His body is dead. I think we can say that, his body's heart stopped beating and that triggered it. Or he claims that. He could be lying.
I don't know. Because there's that whole, light thing. Mm-hmm. I'm still light glove pilled.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I think this is where we differ, but okay. I'll entertain this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just really quickly,
go ahead.
I'll explain. So when they first get there, I forgot. Who's the one, the war Vegapunk, the angry one?
Lilith. Evil.
No, that's... It's
Atlas.
Atlas, thank you.
Sorry, the violence one.
Yeah, the violence one.
My bad.
She demonstrates that things are holograms and you can't interact with them. But if you have the special hologram gloves, you can. And they're all wearing them. And
true.
When Sanji picked up Vegapunk, Vegapunk was like, "Yo, what are you doing, Sanji? Like, this is like." I don't remember his exact words, but he was kind of giving off the vibe of like, "Dude, you're about to mess things up or whatever."
Oh, I see. You think he's got a long con here?
I think. Well,
Okay.
yeah. I think, of course, he has a long con. He's the smartest dude in the world.
See, I thought this was the long con. You know, like
he's always 3 steps ahead. Maybe.
Actually, that would be crazy.
He's playing 5D chess.
Plans within plans, right? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I might come around on this.
So also his body. This body may be dead.
Yeah.
But I am fully inclined to believe that if this man's consciousness is stored in a jar.
Oh yeah. He's alive in some sense.
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, his head is split, right? It's not even like flat. It's like a hollow or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this body is a synthetic body, and he just has a lot of them.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
So as long as the brain is okay and transmits
right
to the body.
Right, because he has clone technology.
Right, and he's got probably better cloud than Microsoft does. So you can't play fucking video games on that. Don't even fucking try to tell me that.
I think he tries to play Game Boy on his he like downloaded an emulator onto the Punk Records. He's like
the world government's Nintendo, and he's playing Dolphin.
Incredible. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we are in like this realm of sci fantasy that I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, it's
so hard to say what's possible.
I
here.
definitely think that he's got backup bodies. That's kind of what it's pointing to for me.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Because I mean, if he's doing experiments all the time that may be highly dangerous, all of a sudden, poof, and then he's down a body, and then another one comes out. Because you remember all the pacifistas fucking coming out of their pods?
Yeah.
They're these Vegapods.
Okay, Kyle. Okay.
Right? I was doing a good think on the spot just now.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, well then I guess the next question I have, well, not because I don't believe you, but because
you don't?
we have to test the theory.
Okay.
Why did he want to go with the strike? Why did he want to leave? Is that part of the deception, you think? Like he's just like, oh, I have to give the impression that like...
I think he wanted to appear dead to appease the government.
Right.
Because he's like, they're not going to stop till I'm dead.
Sure.
Right? So if he says, okay, I'm going to go with the Straw Hats, and he dies...
Right.
And it's like messing up for Sanji. I don't see. This is where I don't know if Sanji's carrying like a light thing,
right,
or like a legit clone body.
Yeah,
I guess we would be going with clone body in this instance.
Yeah, it feels like these theories cross a little bit awkwardly sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's just there's so much stuff going on. So
yeah,
but I do like my theory of there being clone bodies, but
I think it's a distinct possibility. Yeah. Okay. I've come around a little bit on this.
Cool. So what's your position?
I think he's dead. Well, his body's dead.
Yes.
And that like their kind of words about like what does it mean to truly die? Something because like he has Punk Records, his brain is still like stored for his satellites.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know if the government is.
They're going to blow up the island, right?
I don't know if they're interested in destroying Punk Records, though. Maybe? I don't know. They might have to.
The government is the 5 elders.
Right. Exactly. That's what I mean.
They're doing... What is it? What's his name? Tanjiro? Nostro.
Yeah.
Just fucking sliced...
That was a crazy spread. Phase. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, he did, like, a Zoro thing times, like, 30.
Yeah, I want to say, like, Zoro fanboys... myself included, we were like, ooh.
How's he going to beat him?
Yeah, how's he going to beat him? He's got to swing his sword harder. No. But yeah, I was like, okay, so, I mean, I guess the idea is, like, if he has other bodies, he's like, oh, like, as long as Punk Records is intact, I can transfer to another body or I can control another body. I feel like he's got to know that the 5 elders maybe destroy Punk Records anyway. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
This is really tricky.
Well, it's tricky because this is the smartest man in the world, and his brain is like 4 stories tall.
It is, yeah. And we're not really sure we get better glimpses of it. Everything like time the elders decide to up the ante a bit,
Yeah.
but we do not know where, how much, when are they all in? Like when is the pot too big for them to sacrifice? You know, like kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's a shit ton of
right,
like it's the most advanced technology
yeah,
they
and
have.
the Straw Hats have been accidentally been raising them, you know, this whole time, and like, no, more money, you know, like, you know, like,
yeah,
I
because
don't.
they definitely didn't start off with needing to do a Buster call on it.
Yeah, they started with, hey, sacrifice one of our top agents and kill Luffy now, basically, you know.
It has escalated really far.
Yeah, we are way past that one right now, and I don't know if they have a ceiling, and that's kind of scary.
Well,
you know,
when you get all 5 of these dudes who probably haven't done a raid like this in
800 years, yeah.
A question mark. How old are these dudes?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, let's avoid his entry eras. But you know what? We don't know that they were alive then, though.
That's very true.
Yeah, there's plenty of good reasons to believe they were, but that is still a open question. Actually.
Yeah. Where the jury is still out on that one.
I think it's a safe bet, but it's not a sure one.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, and also side note, my homeboy in Sky Island is one of their brothers or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Because they look very similar, and that guy knew a lot more than
interesting. I see.
He was letting on. He's not a native Skypian.
Okay. I one of the Wetherians or like the Skypians? Like
he's not native to either.
Okay.
He's from the ground.
He's from the ground.
He don't have wings.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the
man had armor that Nami used.
Okay. Yeah. Her mentor, the Wetherian guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
Well,
you know what? It never occurred to me that the Wetherians weren't Skypians, actually, which is very silly of me, actually.
It's okay. I mean, you go to the sky, they're all the same, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they're like, you see, like, oh, there's a bunch of tribes, but you're all winged people. And I mentally was like, those people live in the sky.
Yes, yeah.
You know, like,
right.
They're cousins of some sort way back. And then didn't even realize the Wetherians don't have wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, man. So, and if you think about it, like when you go back to Skypiea, this is back when Oda's like, oh yeah, the story's ending within a few years or whatever.
Okay, Oda.
Well, if you do that,
yeah,
you think that you're going to be ending a story sooner than later. You plant more seeds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so they just haven't been back to that one in a bit. I don't know did they show the Skypians reacting to this news yet?
I didn't see it. Which might be a intentional omission or just like, I can't show
Do
everybody.
They have Den Mushis up there? You
know what? I don't know.
Because the Sky Island is supposed to be mythical, but like just a lot of people just know about it anyway.
I feel like the Wetherians would specifically if they're not native sky people,
right? But
the Skypians
they have dials,
maybe not. Yeah,
not Den Mushis.
Correct.
Right? I don't know.
The Skypians probably don't, but the Wetherians probably do.
Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Let's keep going on.
Let's see. What else do we got? Let's see. A lot more reactions. Edison was stretching the clouds to make the sunny escape. Little detail. There's the little conversation between Edison and Stussy.
Yeah, it's a nice little wholesome conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Stussy's not going down with the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're gonna let Kaku go, I guess.
Kaku might end up on the Straw Hats ship with her.
Yeah, we'll see where this whole thing goes.
And we're gonna get that lovely Usopp joke with Luffy again.
Oh man, I live for that. It's great. Then other important things. Joy Boy was the first pirate.
Yeah,
which was something we felt like we knew, I guess, but now it's said. You're like, okay.
Joy D Boy. I think it's heavily implied that he was a giant.
Yeah, it feels that way to me.
Right, because you have the giant straw hat and the emu's chamber or whatever, and
he knows Zunisha, who's huge.
Yes.
There's a lot of big stuff
Seems like in the past the world was bigger.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That'd be interesting.
And there's just, well, I mean, you talk
'Cause-
about evolution, right? I know it's only been 800 years,
right.
but with evolution, maybe everybody just grew smaller, and then there was only one or two that people just stayed as giants.
Maybe.
I don't know. This
like,
is loose theorizing.
Yeah. Oda likes to play with a lot of folklore, and that would be kind of like this is the subject matter of a lot of like real life conspiracy theorists, but Nephilim, like the giant humans who we killed off way back when. I don't know how that would apply here, but it feels maybe adjacent, like there's something there. Nephilim aren't real, guys. Steps are just don't stop. Like, sorry.
Well, we have the Buccaneers, which are like significantly taller than most people, and Kuma's like the last one.
Yeah, I guess. Oh,
right?
And now, well, I guess Bondi's not his actually. Yeah, I guess he would have been the last one. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a shame.
But you also have all these other races, like the Lunarians are new.
I have a lot of the tribes out there. They like the 3 arms or whatever, like 3-eyed. Long arms, long leg tribe. You got these.
Makes you wonder about stuff.
I think no, it does, because like your thought about evolution is like interesting, because like you'd think that the fish people would have some written oral history about. I don't know. Maybe their history was like destroyed back then too. But like according to this, the sea rose by 200 meters.
So theoretically, they would have been on land.
Well, there would have been way less sea.
Right.
So where'd all these fish people come from?
Probably one place. Well, that's a good point. Some people just adapted to living in water.
Maybe, I don't know. Like the whole world is sunk at the bottom of the sea right now. There were old continents of yore.
Yeah.
That fishmen don't know about, which is interesting. And I guess it's because they do like sunlight, despite being at the bottom of the sea, which is why they're underneath Eve, right?
Yeah,
right.
And that's like where they live.
Yeah.
Or they don't live anywhere else under the water.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
It's only there.
That is the only society.
Yeah.
So they just can swim around and
right.
stuff.
So I find it interesting that combined with those like that there is a race of fish people,
right? Kind
of, despite the fact that the world was maybe not once huge oceans, or it would be less likely. Then also they live in one spot where there happens to be sunlight that reaches the ocean floor.
Well, I mean,
I feel like these are related somehow.
Yeah,
but we don't have a grasp of it yet. I can see it, the loose shape,
right?
And that's all I've got. Like,
it's. And that's kind of the cool thing about being a One Piece fan right now is that we are starting to get answers to things, but it's like not answers that give away everything either. It just helps connect other random pieces of information that have been dumped over the years.
Yeah, we can see outlines now, and that's what's really crazy to me. Like, all right, let's get to the last couple important things here, I think, because a lot of this is pretty much the same, but there's like one more, I think, really important conversation to have.
Sure.
Which is, and I think we kind of knew this already too, that the Roger Pirates knew all this.
Yeah.
And they did nothing about it.
Yeah.
And a couple other things we already knew. They were too early to laugh tail.
Yeah.
Somehow, for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the One Piece treasure is funny to them. And Roger also knew that there would be someone to come later, and he knew the time span too. Like, he knew that what's Shirahoshi's weapon is Poseidon. He knew Poseidon would be born, and he knew generally when it would happen. And he knew that like the person who would come after him would be about that time. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, like there's a lot of pieces that they knew, and they didn't. They had all this faith in like what would happen later, I guess. Like,
well, if they, I mean, I think it just means that they couldn't do anything.
Right.
But like, just try and set things up for the people who will.
Sure, yeah. And this is obviously what Rayleigh didn't want to tell Robin when they were on Sabondi, I think.
Yeah.
That the sea, is rising, like, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Oh, shit. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just realized we're going to... Elbath.
Yeah, we're headed to Elbath.
And they have they have O'Hara's books.
Yeah. They have O'Hara's books. And Saul's out there somewhere laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Seeing him laughing actually healed something in my heart, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so wholesome.
I wonder if he has the... Do you think he is the man marked by flames?
Oh, God.
Or if that's somebody else.
The man marked by flames.
Who maybe has the last poneglyph, who summons whirlpools to...
Doesn't Sabo have a flame scar on his face?
He does.
Sabo, I guess, is a candidate, but it would be weird that there's all this mystery about this character we know a lot about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm inclined to believe that this man marked by flames is not somebody that we know.
Yeah, I think there's a big fan theory that he's Scopper.
Remind me who's...
Scopper Gabon as one of Roger's crewmates. Is the guy with like sunglasses and wielded 2 axes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
His name is a pun, like Gold, D. Roger Gold, Silver Israeli, Scopper, Copper.
Copper, yeah.
Like
so it's his third in command guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think having your third in command of the Pirate King's crew does warrant something in the story, right?
Yeah, and all the other theory that I saw floating around a lot was people were like, "Oh, all of the Roger pirates that we encountered had set themselves up in a place that would be okay should the world flood."
Inside a giant whale.
Rayleigh became a ship coder. Who else did we meet? I think those are the 2 big examples. I think there were a couple other kind of loose, tenuous connections that I was like, okay, but it seems kind of weird that they would
Shanks
set
and Buggy, right?
I don't think they went ashore. I don't think they know what the One Piece is.
But they don't know.
They don't know Jack. Yeah.
Right. But they did talk to them afterwards. And there were words that were exchanged with them for sure.
I find it weird that they would have these conversations and then Buggy wouldn't know what the One Piece is, or if he does, is just what he is somehow. I find that odd somehow.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like a man who knows what the One Piece is.
This is very true. But I definitely think Shanks. Because didn't Shanks and Roger have a quick little heart to heart at the end? You remember at the end of the Odin Roger Pirates flashback,
right?
Where Roger was saying goodbye to Shanks.
Yeah,
and they said some words. I don't believe we know what they are.
Yeah, maybe. I think he was Was he consoling him?
Yeah,
about like, oh, I'm gonna go to my death or something, basically here kind of thing.
Pretty much. And then he said like one little thing after that.
He might have. Maybe he tipped Shanks specifically off.
That's what I'm thinking. Because Shanks acts with purpose.
He does. And whether or not that was Roger tipping him off or him discovering the other means, because we know now he has a connection to the elders somehow.
Yep.
As a descendant of one of God's knights.
He I think it was confirmed that he is a Figureland.
Yeah, was.
That's like what his like film R or is that Film Red?
Film Red, yeah. It's his surname is Figureland.
So he's that half crescent moon dude's son, probably.
Son, like whatever relative.
So he's a celestial dragon, pretty much confirmed.
God's knight too.
God's knight, and I think that I know One Piece is like a giant web that just spans in every direction, and you just go on different branches.
Yeah,
but
it's so
I'm
meandering.
pretty sure that Shanks is also a member of God's Knights.
That'd be crazy
because the silhouettes show something that looks like him.
I don't know how much I trust Otis silhouettes, but like,
listen, you are so correct on that. But this one specifically had like his scabbard, and it was tall and lanky like him. It wasn't just like a random like blob of Big Mom or or Kaido, whatever.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And also, this is too close to the end of the story to not kind of just know who these guys are. Right? I feel like some of them he can just make up on the fly.
Yeah, he's got a few designs already worked out.
Yeah, for sure. But who can just go and have a meeting with the Gorosei, right?
Yeah, that's
talking about a certain pirate, right?
I don't know who that pirate is. We've talked about who we might think that might be before.
Yeah,
and that conversation is lacking so much context.
Like, he does that.
Yeah.
There's always these characters talking like, I have to tell him, and I'm like, nobody fucking thinks him. They think their name.
Yeah,
I've already said that.
God damn it.
I'm just glad Caribou's gone.
All right.
What were?
Oh, jeez.
I guess we kind of veered off. Why the Rogers crew didn't do anything? It's because they couldn't. They set things up as much as they could for the next generation, and throughout the story, you hear Shanks saying, and Rayleigh and other important figures they're saying, bet on the future.
Yeah.
Well, I'm betting on the future.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why do you care about Luffy so much? I'm betting on the future with them, right?
I also find it interesting that the live action it deviates a little bit, but like the big theme I think of the first season was like it's their turn. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing.
Even that's exactly what Rayleigh says at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, it does. He says, and if I may quote from the text,
from the holy text.
Yeah, from the 116th chapter of One Piece, page whatever the fuck.
Yes, the 116th.
The thrill is theirs to seek now, right, Roger?
He's blasted on that thing.
He is more drunk than he's been in a long time, I think. He's probably as drunk as he was, or as drunk. I've never been that drunk since the day Roger died, I think. Like,
yeah, he's always got a bottle.
Oh, my God.
Rayleigh, what a cool guy.
Poor one. Silver's Rayleigh was one of my alt names that is a League of Legends account, actually, for a minute there. Yeah.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah, it was I liked it. Well, that was way back when he was being introduced as a character.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I got the username because he wasn't that popular yet.
So this.
But also, I don't play that game anymore. It's cancer.
I was about to say, I hope you're still not playing because
I don't have time anymore. We have too much stuff to do.
For real. I also wanted to touch upon. I know we're gonna try and wrap this up soon, but we see Im-sama. I don't know if it's Im or Emu.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Im. Im-sama. Just reacting, just a lot of ... and exclamation marks, and him looking at the portrait of a woman who looks like Vivi.
Yeah, I think it's Lily.
Lily,
possibly. I think it's Lily.
Lily.
Yeah. Lily. I am.
Yeah.
Very inscrutable character. Very intentionally so. There is a speech bubble in one of the panels where someone says it's unclear if it's Emu or not. But it's just someone yelling Vegapunk's name. But then, of course, the next panel we immediately go to a naval officer. I'm just like, oh, are we just kind of like paneling his exclamation over this?
I'm inclined to believe it's Emu.
Maybe.
Saying it.
I don't know. Like it could go either way. And,
yeah.
And depending on how you read that, gives you a very different read on their character. Actually,
that's a good point.
So
staying strong into silent versus like starting to seethe.
Yeah. And I think that Emu currently being in this kind of Schrodinger's cat state is very intentional. And it's kind of smart. Like we can't even psychoanalyze this character.
Not at all.
Because he obscures how
how he reacts.
He's reacting, to everything. I actually don't even know their gender. I'm saying he, but
God,
and the tradition of the military.
Male trait,
yeah, just another fucking toxic patriarchy. God,
ugh.
God forbid.
Oh man,
yeah.
I love all the fan pictures of Emu. Half of them are like big sexy lady The other half are like dogs.
No, the two genders.
Yeah. You're not too far off, actually. Oh man, yeah. I still really love the theory that Lily had the pawpaw fruit popping him off, and
I like that theory.
And then at the end of the One Piece opening that we have now, you see Vivi was what I'm assuming, like diving into a pawpaw bubble.
Yeah, you mentioned that last episode that we did, and I freaking
want to keep an eye out for it.
I do. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna put this in my phone to like watch the new episode, and then like pay attention, Ben. Don't just skip the intro. You keep hitting that button.
I'm just gonna pull this up right now, and then we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not good at looking at my phone and saying things at the same time, so you say some things.
Let's see. So yeah, I need to clearly re-educate myself on a few of these things that you mentioned in the opening, because we are in. Well, they're doing spoilers, but they're doing obliquely like other anime now. They've modernized themselves a bit,
right?
And then also you consistently bring up the fact that when Oda thought he would be ending the series, there's probably a lot of more important clues to the end of the series there.
Yes.
Way back, basically, right pre-Skypiea, kind of post Alabasta era, like early in the Grand Line, which means I need to reread those things again, because, and luckily, friends of mine are now getting there.
Yay.
So I have reason to do that, other than re-educating myself for the purposes of a podcast where I pretend to be an expert.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, it's I enjoy reading the series a lot.
There's a little.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, you got a screenshot. Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to. It happens very fast. So like you see, I scrub through it and it's like gone.
Yep.
But like,
we got the overhead shot. The end of the. Is it before that? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Was that Vivi? Can you put it on like
flash.
0.5 playback speed?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a thing we can do, right?
Yeah. I watched YouTube on like
Enhance,
2.0.
Enhance.
Actually, for anyone out there in the audience who listens to audiobooks like me, I want to know, what speed do you listen at? Because I listen at like 2.0, if not faster, a lot of the time.
I listen at like, I think I can't go faster than 1.25.
Fair enough. It takes some practice. It takes some training.
Okay, here we go.
But you can do it.
Okay. All right, we see Kobe.
I like this scene. Okay. Yeah, that's Vivi, blue hair, cape, and that is definitely a Kuma bubble. Okay.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
That's either Vivi or Lily.
Or Lily. It could be Lily. Right?
I just had the moment there. I realized that like they look alike. You know? Like,
yeah, they shared a lot of DNA.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man. Speaking of which, remember way back when Imu was stabbing posters?
Yeah.
Are we sure that was Vivi, or was that Lily? Was there a name on it? I don't remember.
Oh, man.
I'm going to have to go look at that, too.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we all assumed at the time it was Vivi because we're like, that's the character that looks like that.
Yep.
And we were right to assume that. There might have been a name.
Because there's no wanted poster for Vivi.
Right. There wouldn't have been a wanted poster for her, right? Oh, there would have been a photo.
But she's relevant because I think she's kind of, I guess to make a parallel to real world stuff, like the Princess Diana.
She's been popping up a lot lately on my newsfeed. I don't know why.
Well, because she was awesome.
Oh. I actually don't know. Someone needs to educate me on Princess Diana.
Well, she was a humanitarian and like had a real good heart and wanted to like change things for the world of good. And she, you can't have people acting like that when they're born into positions of influence and power. So
I gotcha.
Someone probably like 311'd her.
311'd her?
Whoa.
Okay.
We're talking about conspiracy theories.
Okay, yeah, no, I buy that one, you know.
I'd buy it for $1.
I might have $1. Okay.
So I'm using that analogy because
yes, okay.
She is like part of the reverie, right?
Right.
part of these 20 kingdoms that, well, Alabasta didn't do it, but you know what I'm saying, right? They're part of the world society, and they're
a conscientious objector.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's bad for people who want to have power.
Yeah,
and I think Oda is very plainly showing that.
Oh yeah, no, he is. he constantly makes me study history because like clearly this man has actually read stuff that I slept through in high school.
Oda like having one of the biggest stories in the world.
Yeah.
Be a sleeper leftist hit.
How the fuck does he read all of this? Like, where does he find the time?
He gets vacation.
Sure.
And this recent chapter was only 13 pages.
I guess. I'm just like,
gets
man,
a break every
if I
week.
was doing his chapter a week thing for as long as I did, I was like, man, where would I find the time to familiarize myself with all
maybe he
this?
listens to audiobooks at 2.5 speed.
Yeah, but true. he like leaves Wikipedia running in his sleep. Like he has like a voice that text read it like articles to him, and he absorbs it through his subconscious.
Yeah, looking like that episode of Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
Omelette du fromage.
Okay, good. You got that reference.
Omelette du from. Yeah. These kids nowadays don't get it though. But they are here in time for One Piece to be as popular as it's ever been. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The best time was 10 years ago. The second best time is now.
Yeah, it's very true. The anime looked like Boo Boo 10 years ago, though.
Oh yeah, I guess I wasn't specifically 10 years ago, but just like like the best time was like whenever, like then. The second best time, just now. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, guys. I promise.
Oh my gosh.
My brother accidentally binged 3 whole arcs over like Christmas break or something like that. Even because he's, I don't know. He and I have an addictive personality, and he's just like, hey, I accidentally caught up, and now I'm like a little sad.
Better to be addicted to like anime than drugs.
Yeah, absolutely. But he was like, then I accidentally caught up, and I was like, oh, how do you feel? He's like sad.
Yeah.
He's like, it's gonna end. I was like, I know.
Well, the next 5 to 7 years probably.
That's what we're operating under.
Because after this we have Elbath and then a war maybe, or we go to One Piece and then there's a war.
Yeah, I think Laugh Tale sets off the war.
Yeah, when they find the One Piece, the story is not over.
Oh no, yeah, I think a lot of people I think we've said this too, that a lot of people make landfall on Laugh Tale at similar times.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a race, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get there at the same time.
That's gonna be. What if Luffy is like last to get there? That would be insane.
That'd be pretty funny.
He's like, what? Tell me, everybody, tell me, and everybody shows up. Everybody's laughing, and he's like, what's so funny? Like. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think we pretty much covered most stuff. I mean, we just see everybody reacting, and, I like the scene where Pell's officially alive. It's not in the cover story. It's in a fucking manga panel.
Yep, he's there.
So they can't kill him in the live action like they did with Mary.
He's there being alive and stuff.
He's there being alive and stuff. Where King Cobra's dead. They're looking for Vivi. What else is there? Akainu's mad. You're really gonna tell them all, Vegapunk?
Oh yeah, he smoked it like you remember in like Hercules where Hades just smokes through his cigar super fast.
Yeah,
I just like saw that happen to Sakazuki. I was like,
he does kind of have like the Hades like angry flair. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
That's what that really reminded me of.
A Hercules reference.
Yeah. I love Hercules.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was upset when you stopped being able to be playing tournaments in Kingdom Hearts and then Olympia. You're telling me they don't have a tournament? It's like... And then Kingdom Hearts 2, they took away the EXP gain in the tournament. And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to level up now?
I don't know, man.
You go to the world that ever was and...
Just kill Heartless forever.
Yeah, right.
I feel like we were Kingdom Hearts in every episode.
Ben, sorry, like One Piece, and Kingdom Hearts is a lot more people have played it in America that I think have watched One Piece.
I would agree with that.
But it's still one of those things like, oh, okay, you guys are like weirdo chooms or whatever.
Yeah,
you're one of my Kingdom Hearts guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played those games.
Yeah, we did. Yep, we did 358 divided by 2.
However you pronounce that.
Yeah,
title
over 2.
Over 2 days.
Oh man, that game had really fun local like wireless co-op.
I never played that co-op.
Oh man, me and my brother did. It was really fun, and we like cleared the whole game so we could play as Sora. It had different playable characters and everything. And
that's neat.
That game was very good.
I wish that any of my 3 younger brothers were into Kingdom Hearts with me.
Oh my! Well, you got them into One Piece.
Yeah, I got 2 of them into One Piece. So there's one holdout, and I'm sure he won't last much longer.
Well, it's with Kingdom Hearts, the likelihood of being called the F slur is a lot higher than One Piece.
Oh, yeah, actually.
You just like you're talking about internet boards earlier that you posted about Kingdom Hearts. You're gonna get it.
Oh yeah. I like each other that regard.
I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna say it. Kingdom Hearts timeline is not terribly difficult to understand. There's just a lot of it.
I think I agree. It's kind of a self-perpetuating meme at this point.
Yes, it is.
I think it's just like, oh, that's the thing you say about Kingdom Hearts, like
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I get that. Like, it had a shit ton of like miniature releases between 2 and 3. I don't think they're doing that again.
Yeah,
they have a phone game that's coming out, and I think that's it.
Yeah, they might. I think they might do more mobile games, but there was how many consoles did you need to play every Kingdom Hearts game?
Oh, you needed a Game Boy Advance. Well, eventually, you needed a PS. Well, the PS2 got Chain of Memories.
Eventually,
you need a DS, a 3DS, a PSP.
There's a browser game.
Yeah, and then there was the phone games. The Key.
I think it's Key.
And then there's the other one that was the sequel to that one.
Yeah,
and I didn't play. I watched videos. Recoded was the OG phone game that turned into a DS game.
Yeah. Basically, you needed to have a lot of consoles. Oh my god, that's the main reason it was hard.
Yeah, for sure. Because
huge
mostly
fiscal barrier to entry.
Exactly, and we don't really have that anymore.
Yeah,
I was just talking with somebody else the other day. Like, when games used to come out for multiple systems, they were all different. Like, you had the Game Boy version, then you had a DS version, and they were all done by different studios.
That was weird. Yeah, I mean, that was just the media landscape at the time, I guess.
Yeah,
but now they're like, oh, Kingdom Hearts is coming to Steam.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow,
and they updated the textures.
Yeah, again.
It's
super HD.
Yeah.
I remember I bought the collections when they came out for a PS4 right before the Kingdom Hearts 3 came out because I was like, I actually never played some of these. And some of them were not games anymore. They were just like, oh, we condensed
just cutscenes.
A movie basically. And I was like, fine. It saves me time.
I'll watch 5 hours of 358 over 2 days.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, I'm fine with that. I don't need to play this. I'll watch it.
Sure.
I'll watch a freaking 5-hour long YouTube lore video.
Yeah. Oh, yep. That's gonna get me through my work day.
That's the kind of brain rot I have. I'm sure some of you all do too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I think One Piece and Kingdom Hearts are kind of similarly viewed by haters.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I ain't watching all that. And I'm like, you watch Naruto. It's 200 episodes shy.
Okay.
Like,
you watched that. How many Marvel movies were there again, bud?
Oh.
How many TV show spinoffs are there?
Well, to be fair, everyone's kind of getting tired of that.
Oh no. I just, you know what? This might be a bad line of argument.
I mean, if you asked it 5 years ago, it would have been fine.
Yeah. I think Doctor Who might be actually the most analogous kind of.
Yeah, but that's not a show you need to watch all of.
I guess that's true. I haven't seen any. I've seen 4 episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah, when they had the magic cards come out, I watched a few more, and I enjoyed some of it. You ask Joaquin, he just says that's nerd shit, but I mean, he's watched all of Star Trek, so I don't really.
When
maybe
Joaquin
it's the
says
British
it's
thing.
Shit, he's just against British media.
Yeah, he's like.
You know what? I respect it. It's
British
fine.
media. They be joking about weird shit. They're like, oh, ain't there a jelly in that bum? And it's like, okay.
This is a firmly anti-British podcast.
Oh, man.
Someone you know
Yeah.
is bi. Someone you know is British. Like, no, I'm just kidding. All right. What do you think? Wrapping it up there. We do end with this the kind of nonsense meandering. But
I mean, I kind of like ending with nonsense,
yeah.
ending with nonsense meandering.
Yeah.
It's nice to kind of just chill a little bit, and if people, by the force of God, enjoy our personalities, it's a little bit extra.
Yeah, you guys get the secret post show
Yeah.
conversation.
For real, for real. You know, I kind of want to talk about our lives a little bit.
It's the after.
I like. I'm
credits
not
scene.
look. I'm getting slightly roped into making podcasts for all of my special interests, and I don't think I'm going to be able to survive doing that. So I have to shove them into the other ones. I can't do a Kingdom Hearts podcast.
Yeah, this is the last 20 minutes of every One Piece podcast is just us talking about what's been in our noggins that week.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys who do a JoJo podcast that aren't me and Eric, and they call it Root Beer Talk. Hey, they're done with the chapter review. You want to do Root Beer Talk?
They drink root beer while they do it?
Maybe they did the first time.
Oh. You know,
We can have a water talk.
it just occurs to me that I haven't had root beer in a long time, and I kind of want one now.
Yeah, I tried to like cut out sodas.
That's a good call.
You know,
That's a healthy
I
decision.
didn't drink them for years before I started doing landscaping last year with Lucas, and they're all drinking soda. And I'm like, well, I'm expelling like 2,500 calories in a few hours, like doing all this shit. So I'll drink some fucking Pepsi. And then I was like,
Beppis.
Pepsi, good.
Some Beppis.
So I'm transitioning to the sugar-free sodas now, and I'm trying to like drink more limoncello La Croix. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that was that was one of those things where me and Jeremy realized like, oh, we're that age. We're like drinking seltzers, like, you know, just like and like enjoying it.
You know, you can faintly taste an essence of lemon behind the TV static. You know. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
Probably
sorry, Jeremy, we're getting old, but like,
38-year-old man crying when One Piece is over.
I look forward
hold
to
on,
that day.
That's 10 years. I'm thinking more like 5.
Let's it's
I don't
sooner
know.
for me.
Okay.
I will, you know, you're half right.
Yes.
He was talking about me, guys.
Sure. Well, yeah, I am retroactively correct due to that correction. Okay, I think we got to go do some other stuff. So
We always do.
always do. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. If I think we're gonna upload this episode first before we upload the opening song tier list,
I think that's a good call.
right? And that's gonna be awesome because I downloaded all the openings and I'm going to actually play some in the
neat.
podcast. And maybe pitch shift a couple. I think we're small enough; it's not going to matter right now. And then maybe one day when we have 100 subscribers, it'll get ticked up.
Yeah, I don't know. They got bots crawling. That'll, who knows?
Yeah, like what they say in that Redbone song. They're creeping.
Oh,
All right. Oh, if you like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we're Eric and I are doing Thundercross Splitcast. We talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, new chapters when they come out, and also new Berserk chapters. Our last episode we just recorded on my MacBook's microphone because we didn't feel like coming to the studio. So it's a little look. I EQ'd it. It's mostly fine. There's a little bit in the highs. I kind of wanted to, you know, it's weird. You listen to it in your headphones, your car, and computer speakers, and they all sound different, all right? I don't do all that shit before I upload, okay? But maybe I will one day. Ben, you got anything else you want to say?
no. That's it.
You heard him. Not no.
Not
Goodbye,
no.
everybody.